Basketball on your YouTube channel. We're here, we're live from the National Basketball Performance Centre. We've got a great weekend of playoff final action ahead of us. Today, first up, we've got both D2 men and women's going on. Behind me warming up right now, we've got Barking Abbey facing the East London Phoenix. That tips off at 2. You can follow along on this live stream, or you can go on our socials at People England, Facebook, X, Instagram, the whole lot. Whilst you're there, you might as well give me a follow at Ishanaya and Kaz at CB3 Hoops. Anyway, that's besides the point. Tomorrow, later on, we've got 5 o'clock, we've got the D2 men final where we see the Oaklands Wolves play Gloucester City. Tomorrow, we've got even more action going on. We've got D1 women and we have D1 men as well. You can tune back in tomorrow. But for now, we're going to focus on this game. Before I just spoke to the coaches, we're going to go catch up with them. Okay, Coach, we're here. We're at the D2 playoff finals. How does it feel to have gotten here to this stage?
It's actually excellent. I'm really happy for the girls. They put in a lot of work, caused me a lot of stress en route to getting here, but it feels good to be in the final.
Yeah, so now take your opposition. Barking Abbey, you guys have faced each other already this season. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get on top. So what was the preparation like coming into this game?
A lot of personnel. Obviously, we are very familiar with the team, as you say. It's about making it as difficult as possible for them on the defensive end and challenging them as much with our schemes and concepts at the offensive end.
Yeah, so what do you think is going to be the key for you guys to win this game?
I think we're going to have to do a really good job in transition, making sure we slow down the game, not giving them any free baskets. I think that's going to be a big part of the game. And on the offensive end, just making sure we executing in the detailed parts of the game to get as good possessions as possible.
All right, cool. Thanks for speaking to me, Coach, and good luck in the game. Hope all goes well.
Appreciate it.
All right, so Coach, we're here now at the D2 playoff finals. How does it feel to be at this stage of the competition?
Yeah, amazing. We're such a young group, it's their first experience of a final, so they're just enjoying every minute. Everyone's super hyper, so trying to get them to calm down a little bit, but really happy and excited.
Yeah, you just said it yourself then, you are quite a young group, especially in comparison to East London. So how are you going to take those guys who are inexperienced, how are you going to get them through the game?
Well, we're just trying to say to them, it's just another game, we've done so well, we've worked so hard all season. This is just a cherry on top. We weren't expecting to be here, so we're just taking every moment as it comes. We've had a really good 2 weeks of prep. We're confident in that, and we've just got to go with it, play each possession and enjoy it.
Yeah, so East London, they are a team that you're familiar with. Obviously, you've played them already twice and you were able to come out on top. What's the preparation been like considering you've already played them before?
Yeah, it's a mix. You have to be confident considering we know them really well. Half of them used to come to Barking, so I know them really well myself. So we're confident, we know them, we know what we got to do. But on the day, it's a different story. They're going to be hungry to get us. They don't want to be swept, so we're aware of that. So it's getting that balance of being confident, but also respecting our opponents. We know what they're capable of.
Yeah, so final thing, what do you think the key for your team is going to be to come out on top of this game?
Just what we've done all year. We don't want to change anything. We want to keep it simple. We want to play hard. We want to pressure the ball. We want to play the right way, get out in transition. And, we've been successful so far. We're not going to make anything complicated. That's who we are, and that's what we want to stick to today.
All right, cool. Thanks for taking time to speak to me today, Coach, and I hope all goes well in the game.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Basketball on your YouTube channel. We're here, we're live.
Hello and welcome into the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. Yeah, welcome into the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. We've got some WNBL action for you today as the D2 final starts things off in just a 5 minutes time. And then coming up later on today, we have the D2 men's final. That will be at 5 o'clock between the Oaklands Wolves and Gloucester City Kings. But first up, Barking Abbey and East London Phoenix in the women's game in Division 2, the Division 2 playoff final, a championship on the line between these two teams. I'm Kaz Bullock and I'm joined by Isha Naya, and we're around 4.5 minutes away from tip-off. So Isha, a great stage today for both of these teams, two young teams that are going to go against each other here.
Yeah, really exciting game, really exciting matchup ahead of us. As you said, two pretty young teams. We've got East London, fairly young team, Barking Abbey, the even younger team, about maybe 1 or 2 players, but yeah, we're in for a really exciting battle.
So Barking Abbey, They finished top of Pool B, 15 wins and 3 losses in Division 2 this season. A lot of players that play in the WEABL for the Barking Abbey Academy program, with the exception of Ruby Clark out there and Satira Smith. So this is a really well-oiled team. They made it to the semi-finals in the WEABL this season. They've had a really strong season across the leagues.
Yeah, they have. Just like, obviously they played, most of them have played together as a unit, like you said. And actually, I was able to catch Barking Abbey WABL team, their matchup against the Mystics in that quarterfinal. It was a really great performance for them. I mean, all things considered, because I don't know, I mean, this is like no disrespect to them. Obviously, so things happen, they turned a bit late because of traffic. You know, when you don't necessarily want to go into a game when all those things are against you, but they still turned up. As soon as they got into the game, they just went out fighting. They didn't go down fighting. They fought till that very last minute, and obviously they came out on top. So, really good team. Some really good players out there on display, and I'm really looking forward to watching them play today.
And a couple of players to keep an eye out for on this Barking Abbey team. So Camilla Yakubu, an absolutely fantastic player for Barking this season, was named MVP of Pool B in Division 2, playing in the WABL, leads the team in rebounds per game and assists, but she's a real glue player out there. She does a bit of everything for the team. Yeah, she really does. I mean, whether it's off on the offensive end, whether it's on the defensive end, she's really, as I said, the glue. She really just helps hold that team down, and she has the accolades to prove it. I mean, she's had plenty of Team of the Week appearances for WABL. And in that quarterfinal against the Mystics in WABL, she had 18 points in that game, which was outstanding performance. And then, yeah, I mean, it's her second year with the academy, so she's had that first year out the way. She's kind of settled into it. Now she's the older one. She's kind of leading the team and just, yeah, leading the way. And alongside her, Shalia Sutherland, the under-17 Player of the Year in the South in the WABL this season. She's led Barking Abbey in the WABL with just under 15 points a game. She's a really quick player and had a real breakout season. Yeah, she did. I mean, under-17 Player of the Year, you know that somebody has to have an impact, has to be a force to have an impact even when you're first year. And another player, plenty of Team of the Week appearances for WABL. She's had plenty of games where she's had double-doubles, whether that's points and rebounds. And then she's had a few 20-plus point games as well. So another really tough player who can get it done on both ends. But yeah, as soon as the ball's in her hands, you know she's going to be off to the races. And for East London, again, we mentioned it before, a young team. The majority of players playing in the Bucks Premier Division team for the University Leagues this season. They're in their second year in Division 2. They've been building on the progress that they made last year. And someone to look out for, certainly, on this East London Phoenix team, T. Crenshaw Patterson, an out-and-out scorer. She's been averaging 27 points per game in the playoffs, and she's going to put the ball in the basket any which way she wants. Yeah, she's like a real, as we like to say, a real force inside. Obviously, come over from across the pond from America. Previously played at the Randolph Wildcats. And over there, she had many, many accolades. I mean, we've got this really long list here, but some of the examples. I mean, she was the female Rookie of the Year at her club that she played at. She's had a few Rookie of the Years, you know, in different leagues, across different leagues over in the States. So obviously she's come here, had an instant impact. I mean, she's probably one of the taller players out there at the moment, standing at 6 foot. But as you said, averaging 20 points a game in the playoffs. You know, as soon as she's going to get that ball on the inside, she's going to do something with it. And speaking of scoring, Lizzie Isan, she is a shooter. 6 made threes to go along with her 33 points in the semi-final against the Milton Keynes Breakers. She's certainly someone to watch. Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously herself, she has experience playing in SLB for the Lions previously, and even there you could see her lights out shooting ability. So we're going to see a lot of that on the floor today. As soon as she gets that ball outside the arc, you better put her hand up or she's sinking it. So let's take a look at the starting fives for both teams. For Barking Abbey, it will be Rihanna Jerome, Ash Baker, Camilla Yakubu, Amy Canty and Ruby Clark. And for the East London Phoenix, Charlotte Grant, T. Crenshaw Patterson, Lizzie Isan, Ithia Fernandez and Kaya Wine. East London led by head coach Tope Ali Balogan and Lauren Milligan, the head coach of Barking Abbey. So teams out onto the court. Barking Abbey playing in black today, and East London Phoenix in seafoam. Seafoam. Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize it was a color. I was going to say like turquoise or something. We're being fancy. It's a New York Liberty seafoam that we've got. And for the tip, it will be Amy Canty for Barking Abbey and Kaya Wine for East London. So here we go, the D2 playoff final underway, and first possession will go out of bounds, so it will be East London Phoenix ball.
Yeah, and already got some noise coming from the crowd. Hopefully it'll spill up towards as the day goes on.
It's a long trip, but it's great to see the fan support that have come up from London as ball's knocked away. Good hands there from Kanti. As Yakubu will reset here for Barkin. Yakubu looking for a pass to the basket, kicks it out. Baker puts up the shot, doesn't drop, and rebound with the Phoenix. Great pass inside, and Crenshaw Patterson gets things started and gets East London onto the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke literally a couple of minutes ago. As soon as she gets that ball inside, she's putting it in, and there you go, straight away, instant impact.
Yakubu to the basket, draws the foul, so we'll go to the foul line. So 2 free throws to come for Cam Yakubu. First foul goes against Crenshaw Patterson for the Phoenix. Yakubu averaging 10.2 points a game, along with 7.2 rebounds in the WNBL this season. Also playing under 18s for Barking Abbey, and across these teams, we'll see players that do play a lot of basketball across different age groups.
Yeah, I mean, getting that in-game experience really invaluable. So as much basketball you can play is the better.
2-0 Phoenix lead. Grant has it. Fernandez. Isan lines it up from deep. That's off, picked up by Yakubu. And Cam Yakubu powering away down the floor, kicks the ball out to the corner. 3 doesn't drop, but Abbey getting some good looks there, especially in the corner, as Crenshaw Patterson doesn't get it to drop, but a big rebound underneath the basket, and a jump ball is called.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a bit of a battle in the paint today. We've already seen it on both ends. As soon as that ball's gone inside, some real aggression from both players on both teams so far.
And a very quick start. Barkin looking to get onto the scoreboard. Clark hands off to Yakubu. Back to Clark. Clark was here this time last year playing for the London All-Stars in the D2 final. As rebound goes to the Phoenix. Fernandez. Fernandez working against Clark. Looking for some help. Great defense there from Clark. Forces the turnover, and Jerome waits for the rest of the team to catch up.
Yeah, great hustle there. Great defensive possession from Barking Abbey.
Yakubu and gets the foul, and that's something she does very well in whatever game she's playing in. She draws the foul, she gets to the basket really quickly, and she's able to take, when she's going up as well, not that she was on that possession, but she's able to take that contact.
Yeah, that's like a really good skill to have, just to protect the ball and draw the foul, as opposed to just letting the other team take it away. Great skill.
And that foul call was the second on Crenshaw Patterson, so she picked up 2 fouls early on and will go to the bench as we have a substitution for East London as Tiwa Roberts comes into the game. But that's a bit of a difficult position for East London to pick up those 2 early fouls. Yeah,
especially on Crenshaw Patterson as well. I mean, as we already said, a high-scoring player, really good presence inside. That could come into play in this game.
And Shalia Sutherland into the game for Barking Abbey with a fantastic tip rebound. Gets Barking another chance. Can't get the 3 to fall. And it's 2-0 to the Phoenix. Fernandez. Jolly. Apologies, that's not Jolly, that's Grant.
Yeah, well, I mean, Barking Abbey so far, they've done a really good job on defense. Every time the person with the ball kind of takes a minute to try and look for the next pass, the defense off the ball is really good. They've done a really good job at just denying and forcing them to look for another pass.
Sutherland. Sutherland spinning. And foul goes against the Phoenix, so that's the third team foul on the Phoenix. 2 free throws here for Barkin.
Yeah, I mean, 3 fouls, still got 6 minutes to go into this contest. You know, they're nearing getting into that team fouls mark now. Obviously not a position that they want to be in, but it is only the first quarter. As long as they can iron that out towards the end of this game, then should be okay.
As Sutherland gets Barkin Abbey onto the scoreboard, gets the first points of the game for Barkin. Sutherland with a 32-point game against Reading in the WNBL this season. And it goes 2 of 2 from the line. Ties the game at 2-all, and we'll have a substitution for Barkin. And we will see Jess Jolly out onto court. And Jess Jolly, a player that people might be familiar with if they've seen her playing before for the Aspire program here at the National Basketball Performance Centre a couple of years ago. A really exciting young player to watch on the floor. And London going baseline, stops, puts it up and in. And Fernandez gives the Phoenix a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it was a nice little move there. Great shot to finish, even though she was a bit contested.
Clark. Over to Jolly. Ball's loose on the floor. And the Phoenix come up with it.
Yeah, great hustle from both sides there.
Fernandez into the corner, and it will be a step out of bounds, so Barkin will have the ball back. Four to East London lead. We've got just under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Sutherland. Sutherland all the way to the basket, draws the foul, so that's going to be the 4th team foul on the Phoenix, and we've still got over half the quarter to play, Isha.
Yeah, I mean, not all of them are necessarily the Phoenix doing things bad as well. It's a really good job from the Barkin players out there at the moment. They're just, every time they're driving to the basket, they're going in hard, and they're taking the ball up in a way where they can draw the foul. You know, and that's kind of a skill in itself. So
it certainly is.
So yeah, for the Phoenix, obviously not the best position to be in, but as we said before, it's only the first quarter. So next quarter, maybe they might need to change the way they're standing on defense, maybe change their stances, things like that. But credit to the Barkin players for getting out and drawing those fouls.
And getting into the position to do so. As Sutherland goes 1 of 2 from the line, and a big rebound there from Wine, who takes a tough fall on the floor, and I think we've got a jump ball called. And possession arrow will be with the Phoenix as Wine's helped up. And we'll see into the game for the first time, Naomi McKenzie for East London. As Isan gets the ball over the halfway line. Pressured by Sutherland. Great defense there from Barkin. That'll be a foul against Barkin.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Barkin Abbey's defense so far. They're really just smothering the Phoenix players, and they're giving them no opportunity to see what's going on.
Clark and Sutherland were just straight there onto the ball. So East London looking to extend this 1-point lead as Isan has the ball with 5 seconds. Out to the corner. Three's up, won't drop. And Sutherland back down the floor. Jolly in the corner. Too strong. And Phoenix doing a really good job rebounding here.
Yeah, especially considering a lot of them are long rebounds as well.
Pass inside to Wine and gets it to go, and Kaya Wine gives the Phoenix a 3-point lead. And Wine's shown exactly what she does on the defensive end, getting those rebounds, but also on offense, underneath the basket, that's her spot.
Yeah, I think she blocked it, caught it, thought about throwing it on, but didn't let go of it in time. But let's watch that again. Nice little block. She realised after, yeah, probably should have left that one, but great block nevertheless.
So Tyra Smith into the game for the first time for Abbey, hanging in the air, can't get it to go. And last touch will be off Barkin. It will be the Phoenix ball.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah Smith, we know what type of player she is. Well, we saw her here sort of this time last year representing England in under 15s Tri-Nations, but she's just such a strong presence inside. You know, she's one of the younger players out there at the moment, but she's not going to shy away from that.
Not at all. Yeah, just 15 years old, out on court for Barking Abbey today. As Sarah Adepoju checks in that last substitution for East London. Lizzie Isan to the basket, doesn't get it to fall. Jolly down the floor, Sutherland's there, Sutherland. And that'll be the 5th foul called on the Phoenix this quarter. So for the rest of the first quarter here, 4 minutes 10 to play, that will put Barking Abbey at the foul line. So that's something they can try and take advantage of. They are driving to the basket anyway, but do they keep doing that?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, literally every time. On that one, it was more of a kind of, she tried to get a hand on the ball. Yeah, I mean, is it a foul? Probably 50-50. Obviously, the referees have called it. But if you know, once you're in the game and you know what that standard is, maybe you need to think twice next time about reaching in. And that's really something that the Phoenix are going to have to talk about in between the quarters. Because if the foul count keeps racking up as it is now in all the quarters, then could have players in foul trouble towards the end. We know already Crenshaw Patterson's had to sit out because she's on 2.
Yeah, that's something that the players have to learn to adapt to in-game, isn't it? You've got to switch up quickly as Fernandez has it for London. 4 seconds, Fernandez to the basket, doesn't get the bounce. Victorious up ahead, runs into the double team, doesn't matter. Cecilia Victorious with a tough finish at the basket.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great take there. Cecilia Victorious using some great footwork, 2 defenders on her, just using her pivot, getting through, and she was victorious on the shot in the end.
We're tied at 6-all. 3 bounces off the rim and Victorious with the rebound. Kubu will get the ball over the halfway line. Sutherland calling for a screen. Smith, and Smith draws the foul, so back to the free throw line, Barking will go.
Yeah, great take there from Barking Abbey. I mean, it looks like they've much more settled into the game now. Sarah Smith just going along the baseline, nice little spin, and just going into that contact. I mean, at the moment, the Barking players out there, they know that everything that they pump fake, everything that they go up, the Phoenix players are going to try and get a hand on it. And at the moment, instead of just holding that stance, they are jumping every time. That's what is getting them in this sort of foul trouble.
So Smith hits the first. So Tyra Smith with an 18-point game against the London Thunder in March in Division 2. She's only been with the team for a few games in March. She's playing in Spain earlier this season and last season, as shot doesn't go, and a foul on the floor against Barking Abbey.
Yeah, players, what is good to see is both teams being really aggressive out there. Anytime there is a loose ball, trying to get a hand on it, trying to put on that pressure.
So a 1-point Barking Abbey lead, just under 3 minutes to play. Isan from outside, nails it, and that's a big shot from Lizzie Isan. And we know that's what she likes to do, those 6 threes in the semi-final. Clark takes it all the way at the other end.
Yeah, both teams finding their rhythm now, back-to-back scores. Let's see what Phoenix can get on this possession.
Roberts, and a step too many as a travel called, and it will be Barking Abbey ball.
But yeah, I mean, Lizzie East on that previous one, once she's found her rhythm, she's going to be really hard to stop. Then Ruby Clark just getting it done on the other end. Nice little drive there.
And Clark, the veteran of this team, so she's a player that, is victorious to the basket. And what a spark Cecilia Victorious has been since she came off the bench.
Yeah, really, real instant impact player there. Just catch it inside, just going in hard.
As Smith intercepts the pass back to Clark. Can't get the shot to go, but Smith's there for the rebound. Count it, and the foul. Satira Smith working under the basket.
Yeah, Satira Smith, I mean, what a presence on the inside. Anytime she's got that ball, she's going to go up it, she's going to go in nice and strong, and that's what I've seen her do all day. Just leaping up to get that rebound, just take it up nice and strong through the contact. Now they've had one, forcing Phoenix to call that timeout. She has no fear, whoever she's going up against, and you love to see it. Yeah, great to see. Great young player, great young talent. So a timeout called. Barking have a 4-point lead, 13-9 here in the first quarter with 1:51 to play. And you said it just before, Isha, but teams really seem like they've found their rhythm here. It's flowing, and especially for Barking here, they've gone on a run these last few minutes. Yeah, they have. I mean, prior to that, it was probably pretty even contest. You know, it was pretty matched. Phoenix did have that slight edge on the points, but then, as we can see, yeah, Barking Abbey just got on a little run there. Phoenix just unable to stop them. And I mean, this time out, yeah, there's a minute and 50 seconds to go, probably just to kind of slow down their momentum a little bit, because last thing you want is them to go off on a really high scoring run right before the end of that first quarter, and then they're already going in with that deficit into the second. It gives you that momentum as well, doesn't it? So 1:51 to play here in the first quarter, and leading all scorers so far is Shalia Sutherland with 4 points alongside Cecilia Victorious for Barking Abbey. 4 points for Victorious off the bench. She's certainly making a statement here out on the floor at the National Basketball Performance Centre in this D2 final. Coming up later on today at 5 o'clock, it will be the D2 men's final between the Oaklands Wolves and the Gloucester City Kings. John Hobbs and Louis Weaver will be with you for that game, and that's going to be a great one. We've got some really exciting teams that are here this weekend for the whole playoff finals. Yeah, be tuning in for that one, definitely. I'll say tuning in. We'll be here, but if you're not here, tune in or come down here. So Smith at the foul line with 1 shot to come, hits it and takes herself to 4 points and extends the lead to 5. And Barking pressuring the ball here as East London look to get it over the halfway line. And Smith will pick up a foul. That'll be on the floor, so Phoenix will take it from the sideline. Yeah, as I said, Barking Abbey really putting on that pressure now. Coming out in a press from that timeout. And it'll be Naomi McKenzie to inbound for East London. Ball's into Foster Obeng. Foster Obeng floats it up, and shot spins out, unlucky for that not to fall. Jolly is off and running to the basket, and Jess Jolly high off the glass. Yeah, Barking Abbey showing no signs of slowing down right now. As the ball goes out of bounds, and you can see, I think, as well, without the presence of Tika and Shaw Patterson out there on the floor, obviously such a focal point of the offense and the defense for East London, it forces them to change things up a little bit. Yeah, and no better time to learn than whilst in the moment. You know, they don't have any other choice. It's do or die time. And a huge block there from Sutherland on the inbound, just nearly bounced out of the gym to get a hand on that. As the ball will go back the way of the Phoenix. And we'll see Milan Gamavars into the game for East London. Sorry, apologies, we won't. That's no substitution for East London. Paula da Costa Mendez in for Barking Abbey. Fernandez. Oh, great pass under the basket. Wine can't finish, but will go to the foul line for 2. Yeah, it's a great look inside there. And, you know, that's what you want, especially when teams are pressuring like Barking Abbey at the moment. They're really just smothering East London. It can be easy to kind of settle into that, or we're just going to shoot it from outside. So great little play there from East London. They find the ball inside, and even though they didn't make it, at least they've drawn the foul.
And that's kind of the look that they want. Especially that inside. That's a play as well that Crenshaw Patterson you would often see hit this season. So for Wine to step into that space as well. And she's a really strong player inside. She's a really tough player to come up against. So she can certainly take advantage of that.
Yeah, 100%.
As she goes 1 of 2 from the line. Jolly has the rebound. Sutherland. Sutherland takes it all the way, gets the whistle. And that will put Shalia Sutherland at the foul line. And Barking, they are certainly taking advantage of the fact that East London are in the bonus.
Yeah, I mean, great take there. She's literally, as soon as we said before, as soon as she gets that ball in hand, she's going to be flying. And that's exactly what happened. East London defenders on the back foot. Nice little move there just to go into the defense and draw the foul. And yeah, Barking just continue to extend the lead with these free throws. So hopefully Phoenix can talk about the fouls, talk that over in between the quarters, and can be a bit more disciplined on defense.
Sutherland hits both, takes us up to 6 points, and a steal from Barking. And they will get the ball back.
Again, that great defensive pressure that Barking Abbey have. And if they can keep this up, then they'll give themselves they'll put themselves in quite a comfortable position.
So the best offense in Pool B for Barking Abbey this season. 3rd best across both pools. They've been averaging just over 71 points a game. As the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Phoenix ball. So substitution, and Scarlett Pete will check in for the Phoenix. And a great read from Victoria. Sutherland able to keep the ball alive and stops, leaves it short. But again, it's that defensive pressure from Barking that we're seeing out on display.
Yeah, they're just so quick to react to everything that's happening. So East London think the play is open, but the Abbey players are just so quick to get there and get a hand on the ball.
Fernandez moves it round. And a travel called against East London. As Barking get the ball back, 11.7 seconds in the first quarter. So time here for Barking to set something up. They can use the clock, take the last shot of the quarter. Sutherland back to Yakubu, 6 seconds. Yakubu drives all the way and lays in 2 and gives Barking a 10-point lead to end the quarter. And that will do it for the first. 20-10, Barking leading over East London Phoenix. Shalia Sutherland with 6 points so far. The number 13 for Barking Abbey. And what a turnaround that's been for Barking after those first few minutes. It was London with the early lead, and then Barking around that 4 or 5 minute mark were just able to get into a flow. Yeah,
they did come out quite, they came out quite slow in that first half of the quarter. Yeah, that makes sense. First half of the quarter. Yeah. Yeah, the Phoenix, they kind of played their game a little bit, but as I said, that turnaround on Barking Abbey, they just settled in and played their game, really. They were attacking the basket, they were driving in hard, they were driving in strong. They recognized that Phoenix were in a great position in terms of the fouls, and they just started drawing them, getting in there, and it's been successful so far. Nice little basket at the end there as well, just to kind of give them even more of a cushion. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication from the Phoenix defense, but it's only been 1 quarter. 10 points, double digits, yeah, you don't want to be in double digits, down by double digits ideally, but it's not an awful position to be in. So I think the main thing that the Phoenix are probably talking about now is those fouls. Just stop reaching in every time someone drives, really.
And you've been able to, they've had that experience now that quarter. They know how the game's going to go, and they can kind of adjust to that as well, as we'll see.
Yeah.
We can see that. So
yeah, so Barking probably just carry on doing what they're doing. And yeah, we're in for a really good contest.
Yeah, we certainly are. And these two teams have met already twice this season in Division 2. So Barking Abbey taking the win both times, but it was a very narrow win at home for them, 48-47 in January. And then in East London, Barking did take the win 56-43. But when you've played teams before, you know how they're going to play, you've got that experience, you're able to game plan quite well.
Yeah, definitely. But it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Then also, you've played each other before. It's like, are they going to bring out some secret thing that they've been practicing? You never know, do you? So
secret weapon that they found.
Secret play, you never know.
So back on court for the second quarter. It's a 10-point Barking Abbey lead. And we will see T. Crenshaw-Patterson out there for the East London Phoenix. As Isan has the ball stolen away. DaCosta Mendez hands over to Sutherland. And Shalia Sutherland is going off here.
Yeah, picking up right where they left off straight away, continuing that defensive pressure, just as we were talking about it, commentator's blessing. But yeah, they continue putting on that pressure.
And a play like that for Sutherland, so she knocks the ball out of bounds, doesn't come up with the steal, but that's so disruptive and so impactful.
It is. I mean, it's just forcing East London to reset their offense. Took a little bit of time off the clock.
Roberts to Crenshaw-Patterson. 8 seconds on the clock. Crenshaw-Patterson can't get it to go. Sutherland calling for it up ahead, but Fernandez got a hand on it. Yakubu shot spins down, and it will be Phoenix basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Barking Abbey, they're absolutely killing East London Phoenix in transition there. I mean, just then, yeah, the pass was maybe a little bit one that wasn't on. East London did get a hand on it, but there was 3 Barking Abbey defenders against offenders, I suppose, against 1 East London defender.
And starting it, Shalia Sutherland, she is always down the floor, always out there in transition. She's way ahead because she just loves running.
Yeah. I mean, when one of your teammates doing it, just brings everybody else, force everybody else to go with you. So
as Sutherland has space, spins out, and a big rebound from DaCosta Mendez. As a whistle goes against East London, and that will be 2 free throws to come. So that's the second foul on Tiwa Roberts for the Phoenix. As DaCosta Mendez at the foul line, and we'll have a substitution for Barking Abbey as Ash Baker comes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we did see a bit of adjustment there. She had both her arms up, but now it's not pushing into her with your body. I mean, we saw in the replay just then, maybe just a little bit of drop shoulder, but especially as we've seen already today, those little things, even though it might be, just a drop shoulder, the referees are still going to call it.
Costa Mendez with a 7.4 rebound game against Reading in the WNBL this season, gets herself onto the scoreboard and extends the lead up to 13 for Barking. Phoenix looking to answer. Isan with a 3 off the back iron, ball's tipped. Yakubu over to Sutherland. Sutherland dishes inside to Kante, ball's knocked away. And Phoenix with a chance to cut into this deficit. And a foul, looked like that was off the ball. So, first foul against Barking. Against Yakubu. And Shalia Sutherland will take a very well-deserved rest on the bench as Satira Smith comes in. Sutherland with 8 points so far, along with 3 rebounds.
And a whole lot of taps that don't turn up on the box score.
Exactly, the tipped rebounds, the knocked ball. Yakubu into the corner, Smith too strong, and ball's out of bounds. Barking keep possession.
I mean, at the moment, it looks like East London Phoenix, they're happy to give Barking Abbey that 3-point shot because they haven't hit one yet. But if they do start hitting them, will they change that game plan? Probably.
Wine against Canty. Crenshaw-Patterson. Runs into Smith. Good defense there from Smith. Ball's over to Fernandez. 5 seconds. Fernandez with the short jumper. Doesn't fall. And Canty at the other end can't quite save it inside. And Barking, certainly a team that like to play fast. As soon as they get that rebound, they're going to get the ball down the other end of the court.
Yeah, they've been so effective at doing it so far. That's why, I mean, they say it's that cliche thing, great defense leads to good offense or whatever, but like we've seen that today already. Barking will be absolutely smothering the Phoenix, and it's led to so many fast break opportunities and scores.
Yeah, 13 points from turnovers for Barking Abbey. They've certainly been able to take advantage of it. Isan. Isan, that'll be a foul against Smith and Barking Abbey. So 2 free throws to come. So Lizzie Isan at the foul line here for East London. You mentioned it pre-game, Isha, but she has experience playing in the Super League, was playing for the London Lions last season, where she averaged just over 8 points a game and 2.6 rebounds, playing for head coach of the East London Phoenix, Tope Ali Balogun, where he was head coach of the London Lions last year. And can't get the second. Smith has the rebound. That was a good read from Tiwa Roberts. Not able to come up with the steal, but you could see her certainly what she was going for.
Yeah, I think for the Phoenix, for them, if they do get a hand in them passing lanes and stop Barking from getting the ball in the first place, then they will stop all these fouls from happening.
Shelly Sutherland back into the game for Barking. Crenshaw-Patterson all the way to the basket. And that's exactly what we expect to see from Crenshaw-Patterson.
Yeah, Phoenix will be happy that she's back out there on the court.
Sutherland kicks it down. Yakubu, 3 is good from outside, and a big shot there for Barking. The ball movement flows so well. And a read as Yakubu gets the steal and takes it to the basket. 5 quick points there from Cam Yakubu. Stretches the lead out for Barking here in the second quarter, and what a run in the last 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, Cam Yakubu just leading the way there, forcing East London to call a timeout. What a way to bring the energy up. I mean, they already had a lot of energy, the Barking fans bringing the energy, the bench bringing the energy, but to bring that out on the court as well. We've seen Barking predominantly in that first quarter. You know, a lot of their offenses, they were in transition or they were from drawing the foul and they're at the free throw line. But now we've seen East London, they've really stepped up their defense. We've seen Barking settle into these offenses, and just then, we saw Yakubu hit that three-pointer. That was thanks to good ball movement. You know, plenty of possessions before has been great ball movement. And then that steal, and then finishing on the fast break, completely uncontested on the other end. Just kind of the cherry on the top, innit? For Barking, anyway.
And you mentioned it before, that it looked like maybe East London were leaving that three-point line open a little bit, and you know, they were maybe going to live with that, but now that three has started dropping. Do they try and get out to that a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, they probably will. That's just the kind of defense that they're playing. They knew that they're in foul trouble. They knew they kind of, every time they went to contest, they were picking up some fouls. So, you know, letting them have that three-point shot, will they still let them have it? I'm not sure. It's kind of like, we don't know, because we'll see what they come out with. But it's a sticky situation out there at the moment. But to be fair to them, they've only actually committed 1 foul so far this quarter.
Yeah, so, and 6:47 to play. They're in a much better position, aren't they? So they've done a really good job adjusting there. And a big thank you to everybody watching live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe. We've got a whole weekend of action for you here at the NBL playoff finals. Coming up at 5 o'clock today, the D2 men's final between the Oaklands Wolves and Gloucester City Kings. But back on the court here, it is a loose ball. Ball is going to go with
foul's called.
Oh, a
I'm pretty
foul,
sure,
apologies. Yeah, you're right. Foul on Ash Barker. And it will be the third team foul on Barkin. As Pete hands off. Isan. Yakubu will set things up. Sutherland's there. Into the corner. Sutherland, Yakubu. Back out to Sutherland. Sutherland has space, nails it! And London are going to have to get out to that three-point shot now.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, it looks like they've switched into a zone, whether or not they were before. I'm pretty sure they were in a man prior to that timeout. They've come out in that zone, and as I said, they're going to have to make some sort of adjustment because nothing at the moment can stop those Barking players.
And a fantastic shot from Crenshaw. Patterson stops, fakes, puts the ball in the basket.
Yeah, they're in a 1-3-1, yeah.
Sutherland. Jolly in the corner. 8 seconds. Kubu. Back to Jolly. Jolly calling for it. Off the rim, and a big rebound there from Baker. Doesn't get it to go, but Ash Baker has just been right place, right time as she gets the steal and finishes at the basket, and that's a reward for all her hard work.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, all those tips, all those little tips, yeah, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it leads to big things like that.
As Sutherland knocks the ball out of bounds, and I don't know if we caught that on camera. Shalia Sutherland just, she knocked the ball and looked a bit shocked that she might have not caught one of our production team with it, but they're okay, they're okay. So sideline ball for East London. Grant. Crenshaw Patterson. Will set things up. But, oh, what a shot there from Roberts. And a much-needed basket for the Phoenix.
Yeah, long two there. Oh, maybe it was a three. Did the referee? Oh, yeah, apologies. The referees call it as a... They did call it as a three. I don't know if a foot was on the line. But, yeah, much-needed three there, or just points in general from the Phoenix, just to end that drought. You know, they'd only had 2 points in the quarter prior to that. Barking have scored 13. And, yeah, Barking have just continued where they left off towards the end of that first quarter. East London, it seems like anything they're trying at the moment, Barking are finding a way to go around that. You know, we saw how strong their presence was inside Barking, so London were like, okay, we know that every time they come inside, we're not able to contest without fouling. So they gave him that three-point shot. They gave him a three-point shot. What did Barking do? They started hitting that three-point shot. Then we saw them switch into a 1-3-1 zone there as well. Whether or not they'll stay in it, we'll see. But hopefully that little shot there for East London will be the start of a run from them. Because I think coming into this half, I mean, so we've got 4 minutes left in this first half. They are 15 points down. Ideally, they want to kind of bring it back within that 10-point range. Anything above that is not a great position to be in going into that second half, especially.
You want it, it's sort of a psychological thing as well, isn't it, to get it to single digits just before half-time. And if you're East London, you know, you've been in these positions before, you just got to take it possession by possession and just chip into this lead.
Yeah, exactly. They don't need to bring it back all of a sudden. It's just about chipping away.
And they get the steal, so a chance to get some more points onto the board here as Crenshaw Patterson working against Sutherland. Kicks it out, shots up, that's short. And what oh, not quite a save, but Naomi McKenzie trying to get the ball, keep it inbound, not able to get there in time, but good hustle there from McKenzie.
Yeah, just it looks like there's a little bit more energy with the Phoenix at the moment. But let's see what Barking can do against this zone.
Yakubu, Jerome, into Victorious. And a travel called. So Phoenix will get possession.
Yeah, so lucky. But it does look that like Barking head coach Laura Milligan called that timeout and has drawn something up because we just saw the Barking then set something up. I mean, it did work, just lucky to get the travel.
And Barking putting the pressure on here in the backcourt. And a substitution for Barking Abbey as Ash Baker comes back out onto court. What I think is really, great hands there from Sutherland. What I think is really great here, and you see both coaches doing it as well. So when they have a substitution, Lauren Milligan there just speaking to Jess Jolly, just sort of saying what she's seen, but both players really great at developing young talent.
Yeah, and that's just what you're going to see, especially with young programs. But I think, yeah, just stepped over the line on the inbound there. Lucky to get that one.
So it'll be Barking with possession.
And then more subs to come in. But I was going to say, what's really good to see is, I think the players know the subs coming in. It's all happening here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. But no, what's really good to see, especially, on both sides, is that we haven't just got one player who's gone out and scored like 100 points. Obviously not 100, but who scored all the points. Yeah, it would be pretty fun. But there's really even scoring distribution across both teams. It just goes to show the depth of these rosters.
Yeah, it's been spread around really well, and it has been all season in Division 2, as you say, for both teams. As Jerome, with 5 seconds, steps inside, short, victorious with a huge rebound. Can't finish. And Crenshaw Patterson comes up, but again, it's Baker that's there. And Ash Baker is just putting in a shift here, just doing all those little things for Barking. Jerome, Sutherland, Yakubu into the corner, shots up. Not that time, but Sutherland's there for the rebound, and ball didn't hit the rim, so shot clock didn't reset, and that'll be Phoenix basketball.
But yeah, that was a great possession there from Barking. Just able to, they're really zipping that ball about, really good ball movement. It just, again, it goes to show they don't only have to have good offenses off transition. They've done a really good job when they haven't got it in transition, when they haven't got that fast break scores. They've slowed it down, they've let the rest of the team catch up, and they've set up their offense. And it's a good little possession there. Couldn't get the score, that's unlucky, but yeah.
And we see Tanae Irish into the game for the first time for Barking as Fernandez out to McKenzie. Crenshaw Patterson. Crenshaw Patterson from the elbow, doesn't drop. Yakubu with the rebound. Sutherland stepping through. It looked like Crenshaw Patterson got a hand on that.
I think she did, yeah. Good little bit of transition defense there from Crenshaw Patterson.
She has a really good read when she's defending as well. She is a shot blocker as Fernandez hands off underneath the basket. Crenshaw Patterson will clean up and put it back in. And I think we can see here, and everybody watching here can see the impact that Crenshaw Patterson has when she's out on the floor. 8 points, had to sit with those early 2 fouls, but certainly a huge part of this offense for East London.
Yeah, and even when she's out there on the floor, you can see her really not really dictating, but just kind of instructing where the other players to go. She's really just setting up the offenses, setting up the defense. Just seems to be a real key communicator for them.
Yeah, definitely. As Sutherland, great pass to Canty with the short jumper. And Amy Canty will get herself on the scoreboard. So East London with some work to do here before half-time as Fernandez has the pass intercepted. Sutherland down the court. Can't get it to drop. Yakubu over to Canty. That was a good tip from Canty on that rebound. Gets the ball back out to a teammate. Gets Barking a second chance.
Yeah, now we told them again, slow it down, because they knew they didn't have that play in transition.
As Irish hits the 3 with time running down.
Yeah, great possession there from Barking Abbey, and again the steal from Sutherland.
Nobody that has seen Tanae Irish play before should be surprised at that. She hit 9 threes in a game earlier this season. Yes, 9.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing, Kaz.
And Crenshaw Patterson, as ball is knocked out of bounds. Shalia Sutherland is a pest on defense. She is everywhere. The amount of times she has knocked that ball off its trajectory, it's incredible.
Yeah, definitely a contender for the pesky defender of the game.
And we'll see Bisma Shayla into the game for the first time for Barking. 3 doesn't fall for East London. 1:25 to play here in the first half. Yakubu. Sheila back to Yakubu. Kanti. Irish thought about it, moves it round. Yakubu. Kanti's there, short jumper, doesn't go. And a foul called on the rebound. That's the 4th foul against Barking Abbey. And the Phoenix is so Barking on 14 fouls this quarter, the Phoenix on just 1. They've done a really good job of being able to kind of manage those fouls.
Yeah, they have. I mean, credit to them. They're able to just like on the fly pretty much. And yeah, been really much more disciplined defensively.
Jess Jolly subs in for Barking. Final minute of the first half. Phoenix needs to get the ball over the halfway line. Kanti. Shayla stops. Can't get it to drop. And last touch will be the Phoenix, so Barking Abbey retain possession on the baseline. Shayla into Kanti. Irish from outside gets another. And Tanae Irish off the bench, instant impact.
Yeah, she's really just getting it done out there, just extending that lead.
Foster Oben can't answer, but Wine under the basket, gets her own rebound and finishes on the putback. And we've got a timeout called with 23.1 seconds to play. Barking Abbey leading 41-22 over the East London Phoenix. And Barking have just gone on a run here this quarter. It's been a 21-12 run so far in the second.
Yeah, they've just continued to do what we saw them so well. I keep referring to it, but it was really at the end of that second quarter where they really just went off and kind of did their own thing, you know. But yeah, they've just been real impact. And they've had 13 fast break points so far. But East London, credit to them, they did a really good job at adjusting to that, and they've done a much better job in transition on defense, forced Barking to slow it down. But Barking have done an even better job at adjusting to that. You know, they've made some real adjustments this game, and now we see them slowing it down. You know, they do have East London defenders all getting back in time and forcing them to go out and set up an offense. But we've seen them set up offense and actually get a lot of success off that. They switched into a zone. We've seen them get success off that. So if you're Phoenix, you're kind of like, well, what do we do now?
It's tough, isn't it, when you have a team that just seems like they can just adapt sort of as they need to, which is a great, you know, and a great compliment to them and a great compliment to the coaching staff that they have. And great support out there. Oh, no. Oh. Great support from the East London Phoenix fans. We've got a dance-off in the crowd.
Yeah, I love the energy coming from them. And that's what you need, though, as a team. You know, they're not maybe not in the position that they would have wanted to be in, but the energy starts off the court, doesn't it?
It does. And yeah, we've got drums out there. I can see a drum, you know, people cheering the teams on. And
a replay of the dances.
And if you want to come on down to the National Basketball Performance Centre and support the teams, you can come down, grab your tickets. As 12 seconds in the quarter. Yakubu. Sheila kicks it out. Irish, too strong that time, but Jolie's there for the rebound, and Kanti finishes on the second chance. And at the end of the first half, Barking Abbey with a 43-22 lead over the East London Phoenix. They've come out with a statement of intent here in the second quarter. A little bit of a slow start to start the first, but they've really found their rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, what a way to end the quarter. I mean, obviously it drew something up there. Maybe it didn't sink the shot that they were looking for, but they had two players underneath ready to get that rebound. And, I mean, they've just been everywhere. It feels like they've done everything right this game, have Barking Abbey. I mean, defensively, they've just really just absolutely smothered East London, giving them no room to breathe, no room to even think about where they're passing the ball. They have a hand in every single passing lane. Every time they get a tip on here, they're off to the races. And as soon as East London shut them down, shut the fast breaks down, they were able to adjust and set things up.
And it's effort, isn't it? Those little extra tips. It's something that you can't really. It's an instinct for players to do that, isn't it? It's really a key skill for them. You see they're Barking taking the quarter 23-12 there in the second quarter. And leading the way, leading all scorers, it is Charlia Sutherland with 11 points, 4 rebounds and 3 assists for Barking Abbey. And then Cam Yakubu with 7 points and 5 rebounds. And for East London, leading the way, T. Crenshaw Patterson, 8 points for her along with 3 rebounds. And Kaya Wine, 7 rebounds in the first half and 5 points. So Wine under the basket has really made an impact, and we've seen her get some of those second chance points.
Yeah, and even when she's getting those rebounds, maybe not taking it back up, she's kicked it out and let them reset and get another offense. But yeah, we're in for a real good second half action here. Barking, if they carry on the way they left off, they might be able to kind of secure that victory pretty early on if they continue. But I'm sure East London won't let that happen. You know, they've got 15 minutes now. They talk about what went well, what needs to change, and we've already seen them adjust. We saw them adjust with the foul, so I'm certain they'll be able to adjust again and find some offenses, find some good defensive possessions. But yeah.
Yeah, certainly, and sometimes it takes that, doesn't it? You know, you have played these teams before, but back in January, so it can be quite different now a few months down the line, and you want to be able to make those adjustments, so it can sometimes be like playing a new team at times. Yeah, definitely. We spoke about, they played each other last time in January. That was a lot of, like, it was a pretty long time ago, especially in terms of playing. You know, they could have brought in new players. Some certain players might have kind of broken out a little bit, so yeah. So it is Charlia Sutherland leading the way, leading all scorers with those 11 points. And we mentioned it before as well, this Barking Abbey team, they play in the WNBL, had a really successful season, made it to the semi-finals, and it was Sutherland a real breakout season for her, and it's so good to see her be able to step up at every level that she plays at that her team needs her to.
Yeah, definitely. And she's certainly led the way here right now, and it's like she's set the tone, the rest of the team have just followed.
And for East London, what do you want to see them do coming out of halftime? So some time now to sit back, adjust. Coach Tope Ali Balogan will be speaking to the team. What would help the Phoenix coming out of the break?
I think they just need to be a little bit more composed, maybe not fall into the trap of kind of playing into Barkin's hands. You know, Barking, they've been really pesky. They've been in every single pass lane. I mean, definitely in terms of their passing, they need to take a second before they pass the ball, because we know the Barking defenders are just absolutely smothering them. Offensively, to be fair, they have had some good looks. They just need to kind of trust in their own game.
Definitely. So we're going to take a quick break for half-time, and we'll be back with you in around 5 minutes' time. So keep it locked to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Hello and welcome back in to the National Basketball Performance Centre here in Manchester. We've got some great support out here in the crowd for the East London Phoenix as we get ready for the second half between Barking Abbey and the East London Phoenix in the WNBL D2 playoff final. Barking Abbey with a 43-22 lead as we head into the third quarter. Barking have been led by Charlize Sutherland, with 11 points so far. She's had a fantastic start to the game. And for the East London Phoenix, it's been T. Crenshaw-Patterson with 8 points so far. So some work for the East London Phoenix to do here in the second half. We know they've got the players out there that can do it. So let's see what adjustments they've made coming out into this third quarter. So teams out onto the court. It was a 23-12 run for Barking in the second quarter. And it will be Barking Abbey ball to start us off here in the third. Jerome. Yakubu. Great pass inside to Kanti. Ball's loose on the floor, and it will be a foul called. So we'll go from the end line. That's the first foul this quarter against the Phoenix. Fouls against Grant. Yakubu will inbound. Kanti, back to Yakubu. Clark. Great cut inside, and Baker picks up the foul cut. Well, is fouled, so she will go to the line. But Ash Baker, we saw her in that first half. She was just everywhere defensively.
Yeah, she really was. I mean, every time the ball that she came anywhere near her, really just got a hand on it. Even though it looked, a lot of the passes, to be fair to her, it looked like, you know, if you're an East London player, it looked like the pass was on, but she was just so quick to get there, to get a hand on it, just to tap them away, and it led to so many scores on the other end.
Baker playing in her second season in the WNBL this season. She's more than doubled her minutes since last season and increased her scoring, assist and rebounds. So a really good season for her as the Phoenix can't keep the ball alive. Fernandez gets it back for East London. Crenshaw-Patterson blocked by Kanti. And Amy Kanti making a stand for Barking. Not letting anything get past her.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like every single quarter Barking just upped and upped and upped the intensity, and this quarter is certainly following the same pattern.
Yakubu, Kanti alone underneath the basket, lays it in. And Amy Kanti, 6 points, 3 rebounds and a block today. As Isan has it for the Phoenix. Long pass to Fernandez. Fernandez trying to find some space. And Yakubu going one-on-one to the basket, scoops it up and in. And defense to offense. Cam Yakubu doing a bit of everything for Barking.
Yeah, she's really been everywhere, but the scores just keep coming in for Barking. And they're not just being handed to them, it's thanks to that great defense. Just getting back up the floor in transition. They've just done everything. It feels like they've just done everything well out there today.
It really does. And Barking, a team that were in Division 1 last season. They were relegated. They've now been promoted. For the next season, they'll be moving up back to Division 1. And that was the goal that Coach Lauren Milligan and the team set at the start of the season. And, you know, they weren't maybe looking at finals, but they wanted to get that promotion back to Division 1, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, and you can certainly see why, seeing them play out here today.
The end line at ball for the Phoenix. And Coach Lauren Milligan been with the Barking Abbey program for 4 years. You know, before that, she was with the London Lions in the Super League. played at the top level in this country herself in the WBBL with the Oakland Wolves. Was a player and a coach there, and she's just done a really fantastic job with the program.
Yeah, and it's just like everywhere she goes, she brings success as well. Just really knows what to do with the assets that she has.
And Baker under the basket gets fouled, so she'll go back to the line.
Yeah, Barkin just continuing to do a really good job at driving in hard and strong. Because they know that if they're going in, they're probably going to draw the foul.
So it's a third team foul for the Phoenix, as Baker doesn't get the first. Baker with 9 points against Plymouth in D2 this season. Has 3 today, along with 2 rebounds. Doesn't get the second. Crenshaw Patterson with the rebound. Phoenix back down the floor. McKenzie takes it to the basket. And Naomi McKenzie gets onto the scoreboard. And at the other end, it's taken away as Isan will set things up. Isan against Clark. And first team foul against Barkin, and that'll go against Clark. So Lizzie Isan at the foul line for the Phoenix. And we'll see Charlier Sutherland back on the floor for Barkin.
Yeah, that's a third team foul for Ruby Clark there. It doesn't feel like it is, does it? I mean, I just feel like it feels like Barkin have been really disciplined defensively today, but.
Yeah, certainly. So Clark heads to the bench, and Sutherland back out onto the floor as free throws are good for East London. They're looking to chip into this deficit. Phoenix want a stop here. Yakubu gets the ball back. Jerome into the corner. Back to Jerome. Yakubu, 4 seconds. Canty gets it to drop. And Amy Canty has that really nice short jumper from either side of the basket.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we've seen her predominantly play down low today. And it's just where she's most effective, and she's shown that.
Balls are knocked away, but East London keep it alive. Isan. And that'll be a foul against Barkin, so that's their second. Goes against Sutherland.
And that's only her first. I mean, for someone who's so pesky and disruptive on defense, that only to be her first, it shows real good discipline, that.
It really does. Because sometimes it's just the nature, isn't it? You are going for that ball, you are being quick, and you're playing quick, and she's very disciplined with it.
Yeah, but to be fair, most times she goes after it, she does end up coming out with it.
Grant. Isan, 1 second, has to put something up, that's too strong. And a shot clock violation will put the ball back in Barkin Abbey's hands. And they are just really pressuring the ball, running that shot clock down and forcing East London into difficult shots.
Yeah, and it's just what they've done so well all game. They've just really worked as a unit defensively.
Jerome. Round to Sutherland. Sutherland back out to Jerome, has space. 3 short, gets her own rebound though. Can't get the second chance. And McKenzie gets the whistle on the floor, so third team foul for Barkin. And that's Sutherland's second foul, so Phoenix ball from the baseline. Grant to inbound. Isan puts it up. Not that time. Baker with the rebound, Sutherland calling for her the other end. And Shalia Sutherland up to 13 points. And again, she's always down the floor.
Yeah, she is, and just beats everybody else as well. No one gets quick enough to keep up with her.
Isan blocked by Canty. And Amy Canty having herself a block party today.
Yeah, Amy Canty done a really good job underneath the basket, offensively and defensively. But what I've really liked, she did it the past few times, is every time there's a defensive rebound, even when she knows she can't get a hand on it, especially when it's been Crenshaw Patterson down low with her, she just hit her weight over towards one of her players.
Just to prevent
Crenshaw Patterson to get it, yeah.
And that's difficult to do, isn't it? It sounds like, okay, I'll just knock the ball away, but the timing is really difficult to do that, and she's very capable.
Yeah, it's probably led to a lot of their fast break scores as well.
So 2 free throws to come here as Wine picks up foul number 3 and puts the Phoenix on 14 fouls as we see Satira Smith back into the game for Barking. So Ash Baker back at the foul line, 3 points and 3 rebounds along with 2 steals. Doesn't get the first to go. It's been a 9-4 run for Barking Abbey so far this quarter. Second one bounces off. Crenshaw Patterson with the rebound. That's her 5th. McKenzie. And what a read from Sutherland. Sutherland takes it all the way, and Charlize Sutherland with a huge steal.
Yeah, I mean, just her speed. It looked like that Phoenix play was wide open there, but she just comes out of nowhere. She has that pace to get there, to hit her way, and she was really very, very uncontested on that other end there.
And having just done the same again, picks up her 3rd steal. She has 15 points. And you're right, she came out of nowhere. She was nowhere near that ball. And saw it and thought, nope, that's mine. That's my basket. I'm putting the ball in it.
Yeah, she is going off out there at the moment. 15 points in the game.
17 after that last basket. And what a luxury it is for Barking to have a player like Shalia Sutherland here, who is coming off the bench. So she didn't start, she came off the bench and she's got 17 points.
I know, yeah, and not even the points, just the impact that she has defensively as well. Just a player who's only first year as well, who can just have an impact every single aspect of the game. She's going to be a real good star.
And yeah, and she's going to be a problem for a lot. She's been a problem for a lot of teams this season, and it's really great to see as well, especially at such a young age, a player having such a breakout season and a really strong showing as well on a big stage. So there's players here that may not have played on a stage like this. You know, we've got a nice crowd building here. We're at the National Basketball Performance Centre. So we've got a timeout called. But it's a great display of talent that we've got in this country here in Division 2, teams showing exactly what they can do on the big stage.
Yeah, exactly. And this is I said, it is the big stage. This is people's time to shine. It's their time to show what they can do. And players have certainly done that out there today, you know, just showed their talents and really put them on display.
And I think someone else that's showing their talent is the East London Phoenix fans. They are doing a brilliant job out in the crowd, making some noise, cheering the team on. So let's see if that can give them a boost here in the 3rd quarter as they're trying to chip into this Barking Abbey lead. As it will be Phoenix ball to inbound. Crenshaw Patterson. Crenshaw Patterson inside. Can't get it to hit. Yakubu out to the corner. Jolly over to Smith. Smith thought about it. Smith takes it to the basket. And Satira Smith up to 6 points.
Yeah, what a great take that was, the basket. Just taking your time, that change of pace, just holding the ball, setting up the shot, and still able to sink it. Great drive.
As Victorious over to Yakubu. Yakubu, high off the glass, gets the whistle. .27 to play here in the third quarter. It's a 58-26 lead for Barking over the Phoenix, and that foul was against Crenshaw Patterson, so that's her third. We saw it with those 2 early fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah, so again, Phoenix will have to adjust playing without her being on the inside. Let's see who can step up into that role.
Yakubu averaged 9.2 rebounds per game over 4 games in January in the WEABL this season. Had a 16.15 rebound game against Reading. And she'll head to the bench as Bisma Shayla checks in for Barking. And Barking, you look at the spread of scoring around there on the scoreboard, and they're doing some quick substitutions, players able to really step into the roles that they need to play.
Yeah, and they come on, they do what they need to do in short bursts, and then it's like when one player goes up and you think, okay, don't need to deal with her anymore. Someone who gets equally as matched and can just do everything the same comes on. Just really goes to show the depth and the development that they have at Barking Abbey.
It really does. As Crenshaw Patterson kicks it down, Mackenzie lines it up. It's a long 2! And a big shot there for Mackenzie. And a steal for East London as Foster Obeng has it, goes to the basket, can't get it to drop. Crenshaw Patterson, second chance doesn't go, and a foul called against the Phoenix, and that'll be Crenshaw Patterson's 4th.
Yeah, a little bit of a spark there from the Phoenix, bringing some energy onto the court. Let's see if they can keep it up and get on a bit of a run here.
And that foul now takes East London into the bonus. So it will be free throws for the rest of the quarter here for Barking if the Phoenix commit a foul after that. Sutherland gets the first. She's up to 18 points personal. Had 26 points against the Cobras earlier this season in Division 2. Was 10th in the WEABL in scoring this season. So she goes 2 of 2 from the line. She's up to 19 points. And London will go again from the baseline. Foster Obeng to inbound. Needs some help to get it in. Crenshaw Patterson's there. We'll get it over the halfway line. Mackenzie. Crenshaw Patterson, spin into the basket, but Victorious is there, takes the ball away. It'll be a step out of bounds, and the Phoenix have it back.
Yeah, another great defensive possession there from Barking Abbey, but the Phoenix just able to slow them down before they get to the basket at that time.
Foster Obeng into Mackenzie. And a miscommunication. Oh, no, knocked out of bounds. It stays with the Phoenix. It's been a 16-6 run so far for Barking Abbey this quarter. As London looking to get some more points on the board. Foster Obeng to the basket. No good. And I think that's the presence of Smith making it really difficult for the Phoenix to get round.
Yeah, she didn't even go for the block. All she had to do was stand there, did a really good job to be disciplined and not reach.
Sutherland swings it round to Jolly. Jolly, three's up, too strong. Great box out there from Adepoju. There's Sarah Adepoju with the rebound for East London. And that would be an 8-second violation. Charlia Sutherland is just a defensive menace. She's absolutely all over the ball.
She's just a menace. Full stop,
Full
I think,
stop,
at
yeah.
the moment. Like, it's really just, she can't be stopped, whatever it is. You can't stop her from stopping you defensively. You can't stop her from going off the races and getting them transition buckets, and you definitely can't stop even when she's set up. Really just getting it done, really leading the way for Barking Abbey at the moment, just setting the tone, and everyone else just follows with her. What a performance it's been.
She's been absolutely fantastic as can't get the shot to drop. Phoenix down the floor, Crenshaw-Patterson stops, pulls up, nets it, and the foul! A big bucket there from Crenshaw-Patterson with one free throw to come. Takes the contact, finishing the shot, and we'll get an extra free throw.
Yeah, go on. You can
I
go,
was going to say,
Kaz.
playing in her first season this year for the East London Phoenix, also playing in for the Bucks Premier team.
Yeah, she really come and led the team by example. But hopefully now she can just help the Phoenix to get a little bit more sort of a spark on offense, just settle down a little bit.
Just kind of get that momentum going as Crenshaw-Patterson up to 11 points, leading the way for the Phoenix. And 3 Phoenix players on defense taking the ball away. And Roberts lays into, and a little bit of a run here now from the Phoenix. Can they keep it going? Canty. Ball's taken away. Roberts. Shayla gets it back. It's loose. Sutherland picks it up. Jolly back to Shayla. Sutherland. Sutherland stops, pulls up. It's short. Crenshaw-Patterson leading the attack for the Phoenix. And Jolly picks up the rebound. Barkin will need to get it over the halfway line. Jolly does. Smith, and Smith can't get it to go. Did she do a little forward roll, a little backwards roll?
I didn't actually see there was a player in the way.
She's steals the ball back. We've had a bit of a messy couple of possessions as Jolly back to Sutherland. Sutherland fading away. That is a tough shot from Sutherland. She's going to put the ball in the basket any which way. So, I mean, what a sequence there as we're running down with the 8 seconds in the third quarter. Phoenix ball with 4 seconds. Mackenzie kicks it out, shots up, off the rim, and at the end of the third quarter, it's a 63-33 lead for Barking Abbey over the East London Phoenix. I mean, the last few seconds there, Isha, we had some gymnastics out on the floor from Satira Smith. We had Shalia Sutherland with a circus shot, but Barking are really just leaving it all out there.
Yeah, I mean, they just cannot be stopped. I mean, that did a bit of a few messy possessions at the end there. But Barkin's still able to get it done. Doesn't matter what's going out on the court there at the moment. They can't be stopped, and they can't just stop the stops, if that makes sense.
Yes,
You
no,
know
it does. A 20-11 run for Barking Abbey that quarter, and leading the way, Shalia Sutherland. What an incredible game she's been having. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists. You know, an unquantifiable amount of tipped balls on the passing lane. She's just been phenomenal.
She really has, and certainly just proving why she kind of gets that, why she's going to set Southeast Player of the Year. Do you know what I mean, for WNBL? Really just doing everything that she knows she can do well. She just plays with such confidence as well, and that's always good to see. You know, look at that. She comes out of nowhere, off to the races. No one can catch up with her. She just gets wide open. She just brought up the energy for Barking, really set the intensity, and everyone else has just followed with. Look at that Satira Smith bucket there. Nice little celebration going on, and it just feels like they can't be stopped. Now, we already said it feels like every single quarter they've just gotten that little bit better, that little better. It feels like what can they do better right now, but I can guarantee they'll come out in this fourth and they will still somehow step it up even more.
And Coach Lauren Milligan's spoken to the team about playing the game, not the occasion, because sometimes, you know, you're on a big stage, you're in a final, but she has got her team playing just exactly as they need them to.
Yeah, they really have.
And for East London, it's an uphill battle here in the fourth quarter. They just need to get some of that scoring going. We saw flashes of it as well that we've seen from T. Crenshaw-Patterson. obviously, as well. She was sat earlier, and she's leading the way for the Phoenix with 11 points personal, and then Lizzie Isan with 6 points. But that 3-point shot, they haven't been able to take as much as we've normally seen them do throughout this season.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is down to Barkin's defense. It's just they've literally just been all over them. And every time they try to make a pass to where they think their teammate's wide open, Barkin have just got a tip on it or gotten the steal.
Shot short, Yakubu with a rebound. Jerome and a travel call, so the Phoenix will get it back. And Cheyenne Douglas-Small out on the court for the first time for the Phoenix, getting her first minutes of the game. As Crenshaw Patterson stops off the back iron. Has a really strong mid-range, does Crenshaw Patterson. I know it didn't drop that time as Yakubu, takes her time and adds in 2 more for Barking Abbey.
Yeah, she took her time with that one. Just a nice little pump fake. Just waved the defenders goodbye and then takes it up for the nice and easy finish.
Textbook as Crenshaw Patterson can't get it to go. Baker over to Jerome. Yakubu will set things up. Clark. Back to Clark, 6 seconds on the clock. Yakubu, Clark has it, lines it up. That's off. And a big rebound there from Jerome. And Rihanna Jerome gets herself onto the scoreboard. And what a read from Clark, and Clark lays in 2, and that is the veteran play from Ruby Clark. Clark was out here with the London All-Stars this time last year, winning the D2 final against the Milton Keynes Breakers. And one of the only 2 players that's not playing in the WEABL. As it looks like Crenshaw Patterson just took a tough fall. She's going to be helped up by her teammates. And we'll just have a stop on the floor while she's checked out. So we hope she's doing okay. She'll be seen to. She's a really tough player out there for the East London Phoenix.
Yeah, look at that basket from Sutherland before. Just that little fadeaway, moving away from the basket. Still able to sink it, hand in her face. And she's just done that so well all game.
And, we've spoken about both of these teams being very young teams. Barking Abbey team, the WEABL, the core of the WEABL team with Ruby Clark and Satara Smith not playing in there. And for having someone like Ruby Clark, who has been on this stage, a very experienced player that's really invested in younger player development, like how big a boost is that to this team, to have her on the floor with you?
100%, just having that leadership as well, that's the most important thing, just having that direction. And
it's like an extra coach on the floor,
isn't it? Pretty much, yeah. So even if it might be a small thing, maybe it's not big enough for your coach to call you over. Maybe it's just a few little words, some advice about it, and really can just slow it down, knows what to do, read the situation well.
As Yakubu can't get the shot to go at the end of the clock. Phoenix. Foster Obeng pulls up from the elbow, nails it.
Yeah, it's a good look for her, that.
Gets herself onto the scoreboard. Corey Foster Obeng also plays NFL flag football, so that helps explain why she's so quick there.
Definitely.
Yakubu, what a move to the basket. Somehow doesn't get the rebound. Looked like she was about to pull that down. But it will be Phoenix basketball. The way that Yakubu is able to find that space to the basket, she's able to step through the defense.
Yeah, and she's just able to do it in a way where she doesn't foul as well. Really just gets herself into the space.
And Grant's shot rolls around and drops in. Just over 7 minutes to play in the fourth. Ball will go out of bounds, and the Phoenix get it back. Bisma Shayla back out on court for Barking Abbey. Phoenix ball. Foster Obeng to Wine. Isan with a three, not that time, but Wine with an offensive rebound. Last touch, Barkin.
Yeah, and Wine's done such a good job doing that all day. Every time the ball goes up, she's there under the basket, ready to get the rebound. If not the rebound, ready to tip it out.
That's her 8th rebound of the game. Phoenix looks to cut into this deficit. Isan. And a travel called. You can see Paula da Costa Mendez just standing her ground on defense. And this is clearly something that, you know, Coach Lauren Milligan alongside her assistants Richard Bell and Sade Orija really drill into the team, that defensive intensity.
Yeah, and because they're all on the same page as well, and that's such a hard thing to get. You know, sometimes it might just be the odd player that might have a miscommunication, might be a little bit behind, but they all just move together as a unit.
Sutherland. Canty, Sutherland. Shayla, shots up and down! A big three from outside for Bisma Shayla.
And that makes every single player from Barking Abbey, not only have they checked into the game and played, they've also scored. What a credit to the Barking Abbey program that is, and head coach Laura Milligan.
Absolutely, the scoreboard just lighting up like a Christmas tree up there as ball is loose. Sutherland keeps it alive. It'll be a foul against the Phoenix. And Barking Abbey here surpassing their points average this season. They've been averaging 71.7. They're up to 72 here in the D2 final. And we'll see a substitution as Cecilia Victorious comes back out onto court. And for East London, T. Crenshaw-Patterson back out on court. And good to see that she's doing okay after she had that, that knock earlier on. So Phoenix ball from the end line. Grant into Foster Obeng. Foster Obeng playing in a second season with East London. Looks for some help. Mackenzie's there. Crenshaw-Patterson, too strong. And 2 shots to come as foul on the shot, so Crenshaw-Patterson will go to the line. She's leading the way for East London with 11 points and had a huge 36-point game earlier this season against Cardiff.
Yeah, that's the 4th foul on Ruby Clark, so she'll go and sit on the bench. But what a shift she's put in as well.
She really has, and Ruby Clark does a lot of those things that maybe not going to show up on the stat sheet, but are going to have such an impact on the game. Although she has racked up 4 steals, and that does show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
So Crenshaw-Patterson hits the first. Second's good. She's up to 13 points personal. And Barking Abbey wants a timeout, wants to talk things over. So 72-39, Barking Abbey leading over the East London Phoenix here in the D2 final. 5:38 to play. And coming up after this game at 5 o'clock, it will be the D2 men's final between the Oaklands Wolves and the Gloucester City Kings. And then tomorrow, we will have the Division 1 final for the women and the men's. The women's game tipping off at 1 o'clock between the London Cavaliers and Anglia Ruskin University. And then at 4 o'clock, the Solent Kestrels and Worcester Wolves in the men's game. So 2 more great games tomorrow. We've got the rest of this one and 1 more to come today. It might be sunny in Manchester, but come on down. Come down to the National Basketball Performance Centre and support these teams. You can get your tickets at basketballengland.com.co.uk. Apologies. And come on down, support the teams. It's been an absolutely great day so far and lots more to come this weekend. So teams coming back out onto the court. 5:38 to play.
Yeah, been some great talent on display out there. Some real big performances.
There really has been. And we're back underway. Irish to Shayla. DaCosta Mendez, ball's loose. And Mackenzie gets it over to Foster-Obeng. It's taken away. And DaCosta Mendez stops, spins, puts it up. And a high arcing shot from Victorious. Ball's on the floor, a jump ball called. It's going to stay with Barking Abbey.
Double substitution for Barking Abbey, Smith and Jolly into the game.
And a substitution here for Barking as Jess Jolly and Satira Smith check in.
Yeah, and one thing we've seen head coach Laura Milligan do all game is just keep them great support from the East London
this support from the East London fans. I hope they're here all weekend. Like, I hope they're just going to come and cheer on every single team because they're being absolutely fantastic in their support.
Well, that's what the final's all about, isn't it? I mean, obviously, you want to come and play, but it's good for the fans as well.
It really is. As Crenshaw-Patterson going 1-on-2, stops and waits for the team to catch up. Great decision there from Crenshaw-Patterson. As Foster-Obeng has it. Foster-Obeng, and will be called for the travel. Again, it's running into that wall that Barking kind of make in the paint.
Yeah, and that is really difficult to. It's just difficult to execute because you have to have every single person on the same page, and that's what Barking Abbey done so well. But it does help that obviously they play with each other across different age groups, and that always does help because you just get used to each other, where each other's going to be, what our tendencies are like.
It really does, doesn't it? And the more you play, the more those reps, you know, and you know where your teammate wants the ball. Do they want it slightly higher up? Do they want it a bit lower down? Things like that. All those little bits just help you piece it together. Smith takes it to the basket. That's short. Foster-Obeng against DaCosta Mendez. And foul will be called against Barking. That's their second team foul.
Sideline ball for East London Phoenix.
So Phoenix will take it from the sideline. Crenshaw-Patterson. Back to Foster-Obeng. Grant, and we've got a stop here. The referees have called a stop. Looks like they want to check something. Not sure if it's the shot clock or the scoreboard, but they'll check with the table officials. So they're going to put some more time back on the clock, it looks like. And a big thank you to everybody watching live here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can stay up to date with all the action coming up from this weekend's NBL playoff finals. And then next weekend as well, we'll have the junior finals. It's the turn of the juniors next weekend. Junior Final Four is one of the most exciting weekends of the whole basketball calendar here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Again, you can get your tickets, go online to Basketball England.
Yeah, that is not that no disrespect to this event. Obviously, this weekend is really good. But if you accidentally had plans when it was senior finals, don't worry, you can still make the junior ones. And
even if it's sunny.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully it's raining next weekend, so then at least you can come inside, excuse, innit?
Or you can watch online, sit outside in the sun with your phone. But yeah, come on down this weekend, next weekend, to the National Basketball Performance Centre. In fact, most weekends there's basketball on here, as the name would suggest. So back out on court, referees have just changed the time on the clock. We had 4:06 and a foul straight away under the basket. We'll put Crenshaw-Patterson at the foul line. And Crenshaw Patterson having played 4 years at Randolph College in Virginia in Division III in the United States. Had a career high in rebounds and blocks last year, where she averaged 10.7 points and 6.6 rebounds. She's been leading the way for the Phoenix today with 13 points. And make that 14 now.
Got him our fair share of like megaphones in the crowd this finals weekend.
People have shown out here.
They really have.
The fans are doing an absolutely brilliant job. As Jolly takes it, lays it in for 2. And it's really good to see Jess Jolly back out on the court. Was out for quite a bit of the year with injury, but she's back out on the court and with Barking Abbey just really showing what she can do. Mackenzie runs into traffic, passes out.
I think Satara Smith got a hand on that one. Good positioning from her just to get there.
A good interception from Roberts. Hands over to Mackenzie. Into the corner. Shot's too strong. And 2 free throws for East London as Mylène Gamavars not able to hit the shot there, but seen her first minutes in the final today as Crenshaw Patterson gets herself back to the foul line. See Crenshaw Patterson with 16 points and 8 rebounds against the Brent Bulls in the National Cup in round 1. And that's a great opportunity, isn't it? For both these teams had games against Division 1 teams in the National Cup early rounds, so a good opportunity for them to test their talent against a higher ranked team. Yeah,
and it'll be really exciting to see what they can do next year in Division 1, if they accept the promotion, of course.
So Barking Abbey will be moving up to Division 1, and yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see, as a lot of these players will only in their first season as well, so we've seen a lot more of them. As Shayla swings it round to Jolly. Jolly can't get it to drop. And foul against Barking Abbey. That's their 5th, so team fouls for the rest of the quarter. And that will put East London at the foul line. And it's been an 11-9 run here for Barking Abbey this quarter. As Crenshaw Patterson's shot spins out, but London have been able to hold Barking to a lower scoring quarter for them.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Barking only lead this quarter by 2 points currently, so those goes to show that they have been able to close that margin, even if it is too late. It's still good to see signs of improvement, you know. It's not like they're all going to stop playing basketball next year.
Exactly.
They still, every game's learning, isn't it?
Oh, what a read from Crenshaw Patterson, who lays it in off the glass, and she's up to 19 points. Smith powers away to the basket. And Satira Smith up to 8 points personal. Foster Oben gets it over the halfway line. Mackenzie, long 2, that's short. Shayla with the rebound.
Yeah, it looks like Barking are in like some sort of a trap at the moment. It looks like they're trying to.
And a great save from Irish. As Smith, that'll be a travel call against Barking, so the Phoenix get the ball back.
Yeah, just over 2 minutes remaining now. Both teams still bringing all the energy.
And that's what you want to see, isn't it? As Barking Abbey, 2 minutes away from the D2 playoff final title. Crenshaw Patterson. Not that time, Jolly. Shayla, great pass under the basket, taking the contact. And Ash Baker, a chance for a bonus shot at the line. And Bisma Shayla just setting up the play.
Yeah, let's take a look at that replay there. Nice find there, just finishing through the contact. Just that nice little link up between those two. And again, you know, playing with the same people across different age groups, it just allows you to have those sort of connections, knowing where each other's going to be.
Shayla blocked by Foster Obeng. And Foster Obeng will get it over the halfway line. Takes it to the basket. Gets the bounce. And it will be Barking possession. Shayla back to Irish. Irish to Shayla. It's going to be an 8-second violation. Good defense there from the Phoenix. As you said, just not letting up. 1:12 to play here in this Division 2 playoff final. And Barking Abbey, they had a slow start to the game, didn't they, in those first 4 or 5 minutes, and then Charlia Sutherland off the bench, really just a spark off the bench. Crenshaw Patterson.
There's been some great performances all around from Barking Abbey, but
as Crenshaw Patterson banks it in. The bank's open on Saturday for Crenshaw Patterson. She's up to 21 points. And we've got to stop here as the referee's talking to the table. But the final minute of the game, and Barking up to 78 points here in the fourth quarter to London's 49. Irish into Smith, but it's Red, and Roberts able to get a hand on the ball. It will be Phoenix ball from the sideline. Great pass inside. Gamavars can't get it to drop in the basket. So ball goes back Barking's way, and they are 49.1 seconds away from the D2 playoff final championship. As Baker has it. Foster Obeng knocks the ball away.
yeah, Phoenix just continuing to keep putting on that pressure, really playing until like the final buzzer.
And for Barking, a team that finished top of Pool B, 15 wins and 3 losses this season. They have been promoted to Division 1. You know, a really strong season for them as Smith doesn't get it to drop, gets her own rebound on the putback, and Satira Smith. An and one opportunity here as Barking just keep adding on to the score.
Yeah, they do. I mean, she's done that all game. Anytime they need some big energy play, just able to muscle away to the basket.
And I think what's been fantastic to see about Satira Smith as well, so 15 years old down there, she's playing against players older than herself, and she's holding her own completely.
Yeah, she is, and she just, like you said before, she just has no fear. It doesn't matter who she's playing against, she's not going to back down.
And a lot more to come from Smith. It's going to be really exciting to see what she does in the future. As a long pass over, it'll stay Phoenix basketball. .5 seconds. Ball's into McKenzie. Gamavars kicks it down, and Roberts hits from outside for the Phoenix. As Jolie gets it over to Smith, and Smith with a clear path to the basket. Puts the icing on the cake here for Barking. They're up to 83 points. Satira Smith with 13 points personal. The Barking Abbey fans are on their feet here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. They've got megaphones, they're cheering the team on. As with 4.4 seconds to go, London will get back to the foul line.
Yeah, the Phoenix fans just matching up against the Barking Abbey fans out there.
The energy from both sets of fans is absolutely brilliant. And I do hope they're here all day. I hope they're here all weekend. As Corey Festa-Obeng gets the second. And Smith has it, and Barking will dribble it out, and that will do it. Barking Abbey with an 83-54 win over the East London Phoenix. They are your 2025-26 Division 2 playoff final champions. Congratulations to Barking Abbey. A really hard-fought victory, a well-deserved victory for them. They came out incredibly strong there, had a game plan and did exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah, they really came out and left their mark. I mean, they couldn't be stopped. Any aspect of the game couldn't stop them from getting the stops, couldn't stop them from scoring. You know, everything that East London tried to counter them, they were able to adjust just so quickly and be so effective against it.
And it was Charlier Sutherland leading the way for Barking Abbey. 21 points off the bench, 6 rebounds, 4 assists and 3 steals. She was absolutely fantastic for Barking.
Yeah, real standout performance from her and real young talent to be looking out for, as are many of these players, but really just showing why she was that WNBL under 17 Players of the Year.
Certainly was, and if you've not seen Charlier Sutherland play before, you are in for a treat for the rest of her career. As you said, a very, very young player. And alongside her, Cam Yakubu, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 steals for Barking. Everyone from Barking Abbey that saw the floor, every one of those 12 players contributing onto the scoreboard. So Tyra Smith, the 15-year-old off the bench in 15 minutes, scoring 13 points and had 4 rebounds, 2 steals as well. And it was those steals, it was that defensive pressure that really set Barking Abbey apart here today. It
was, and I feel like as much as we can go through the steal columns on all their players, and most of them have 2, some of them have 3. There's so many of those tips that just don't turn up on the stat sheet, and it's tipped and it's led to something else. You know, just a real team who's just everyone's on the same page, like a real unit, and it was really effective.
It really was. And for East London Phoenix, it was T. Crenshaw-Patterson leading the way, 18 points personal and 10 rebounds, a double-double for her, along with 2 steals in just under 30 minutes of play. We saw the impact she had. Obviously, it was tough for her to sit picking up those early fouls in the first quarter, but really in the second half, we showed exactly, you know, she showed exactly what we see from her.
Yeah, no, I'd say shame she had to sit out in those first couple of minutes, but credit to the Phoenix, they did do a good job at adjusting. You know, in that first quarter, we saw them pick up so many fouls, but the quarters to follow from that didn't get themselves in that trouble. And then in that final quarter, you know, they played till the final whistle. They had 21 points, so they actually won that final quarter.
They did in their highest scoring quarter of the game so far. Well, of the game. So teams will go up and collect their winners and runners-up medals before we'll have the presentation of the trophy and the MVP, and then Isha you'll be able to catch a word with the winning coach and the MVP of today's game. So East London will collect their runners-up medals first. And alongside Crenshaw-Patterson, we had Tiwa Roberts. She had 8 points, 3 rebounds and 4 steals for East London. And Lizzie Esan, 6 points, 2 rebounds and an assist. And this is an East London Phoenix team. They're only in their second season in Division 2. They finished second in Pool B, 15 wins and 3 losses. Again, it was the head-to-head that allowed Barking to take the top spot. But they've done a really good job, and they're really developing and growing their program underneath head coach Tope Ali Balogan.
Yeah, and I mean, real credit to them. I said only second season they're able to make it to the finals. I mean, that's enough in itself. Obviously, it is a shame to come here and then not get the result that you wanted, but credit to them. They have worked hard and they've got into this position. So next year, you know, just they just have to bounce back from it.
And now we to collect
And Barking Abbey will get ready to collect their winners' medals, and a really well-deserved win for Barking Abbey. Finishing first in Pool B. A big win today.
Number 6, Jessica Jolly. Number 7, Rihanna Jerome.
For a very young team, the core of which playing the WEABL this season, made it to the semi-finals in the WEABL, and have come out on top today here in the D2 final.
Number 15, Andy Canty. Number 21, Cecilia Victorious. Number 22, Captain.
And underneath, head coach Lauren Milligan. So Lauren Milligan in her 4th season at Barking Abbey, and there's obviously that crossover, isn't there, between East London and Barking Abbey. So head coach Tope coached alongside Lauren Milligan at Barking Abbey, and there's a lot of players as well that cross over, have got that experience going up through Barking, maybe moved over to East London. So there's a lot of talent in the area.
Yeah, there really is, and it's certainly been out on display here today.
So coming up after this game at 5 o'clock, it will be the men's final, the men's D2 final between the Oaklands Wolves and the Gloucester City Kings. So stay tuned to the Basketball England YouTube channel. But before that, we'll have the announcement of the MVP for Barking Abbey.
MVP with 3 steals, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, and 21 points. The number 13 for Barking.
And it is Shalia Sutherland. A huge game for Shalia Sutherland. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists and 3 steals. Collecting a very well-deserved MVP as she takes it back to the team.
Welcome the Barking Abbey captain to come and collect the trophy.
And the trophy will be collected by Barking Abbey captain Ruby Clark, who will she's going to let everybody else go instead and go and pick it up, as Cam Yakubu, Ash Baker, apologies, and Paula de Costa Mendez go to collect the trophy. And your 2025-2026 Division 2 playoff final champions are Barking Abbey. Congratulations to Barking Abbey. A well-deserved win for them. They fought hard all season long, and they were able to overcome a slower start to this game and really just put their stamp on it.
Yeah, I mean, they really did. And just, as we said it already, every single quarter they just got better and better and better. And it felt like they couldn't get any better, they couldn't improve anything, but they just did. And, you know, real deserved win there from them. Put on a really good performance. And yeah, hopefully Division 1 can handle this team next year.
They're going to be fast. It's going to be a very, very fast team. I'm excited to see them playing against the Division 1 teams. So, Isha, we're going to head courtside very shortly, where Isha will catch a word with head coach Lauren Milligan and MVP Shalia Sutherland. Sutherland with an absolutely fantastic game. She's had such a strong season in the WABL. We've said it before, but a real breakout season for her. And she's just such an exciting young talent to watch on the court. What she's done already, and has so much more to come from her, playing in the WEABL, playing in Division 1 next season. So certainly a name to watch out there. And we're going to go courtside very shortly with Ishania. And then at 5 o'clock, we have the men's Division 2 final, the Oaklands Wolves and the Gloucester City Kings coming up. And tomorrow, starting things off at 1 o'clock, we'll have the Division 1 women's final between the London Cavaliers and Anglia Ruskin University. And then at 4 o'clock, rounding out the day, the Division 1 men's final, the Solent Kestrels and the Worcester Wolves. So loads more action still to come. Our first game of the day, and well-deserved winners, Barking Abbey And Isha is courtside with Barking's MVP, Shalia Sutherland. As we go over to you, Isha.
Thanks, Kaz. Yeah, I'm here now courtside with MVP Shalia Sutherland. So, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and so many steals and tips that just don't show up on the stat sheet. How does it feel to be taking home that MVP?
I thank God, honestly. Like, I've put in a lot of work for the past couple of months. It's my first year at Barking Abbey, so like, I'm so thankful, and I thank God, honestly, and my parents as well for pushing me, and my coaches for pushing me as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys, you had a little bit of a slow start, but then obviously once you kind of got into rhythm of the game, you guys were just excel. So what was coach saying on the bench? How were you able to kind of get over that slump to start off with?
From like training, we clicked very, very easily. So like we were able to push each other. Like whenever people had their heads down, we were able to push each other and get through the game, honestly. But like we played so well today, and I'm so proud of everyone, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you said, obviously you played WNBL. It's your first season at Barking, but a lot of you guys obviously played together at WNBL, playing with each other at D2 as well.
Yeah.
Do you think that's really important, and can you feel kind of benefit of that on the court?
Yeah. I feel like some of the players that didn't play today, like they were their support as well. But I feel like all the training we've been putting in, it goes to show what happens. So yeah. Yeah,
it definitely does. I mean, really good job on that MVP.
Thank
really
so
well
much.
deserved win. Yeah, just go and enjoy. Go celebrate.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great to hear from MVP Shalia Sutherland there. Just a really phenomenal talent, as we said, 21 points today. And a lot more to come from her. And Isha will have head coach Lauren Milligan for Barking Abbey. Lauren doing an absolutely fantastic job in her 4 years with the programme. She's spoken about the visibility of being a female coach and showing young girls that it can be done. Coaching and playing at the highest level in the WBBL for the Oakland Wolves, and it's just a really great person out there for the players to learn from. So over to you, Isha.
They don't explain anything very well.
No, that's okay.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here now courtside with Barking Abbey head coach Lauren Milligan. Lauren, what an amazing performance that was. How does it feel to be taking home that win?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously with a young group, you're worried about, you know, coming into this moment, will they be able to handle it mentally? Have you prepared them enough for it? But I think, like, those first 3 quarters just showed exactly what we've done all season, what we've worked for. It just all came together beautifully.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, it was great to watch, but kind of in that first quarter, you guys came out a little bit slow. What were you saying to the team to kind of, like, overcome that?
Well, I always knew we would have those nerves. For some of them, it's their first time in a final with, you know, a court like this, the bright lights out. So I knew, you know, we didn't let it get out of hand. We just wanted to manage that moment, and I think they did. We didn't let them go on any runs or anything. We were still right there. You know, scoring-wise, we struggled a bit, but they were good shots. So I had to just keep telling them, you know, they're the right ones to take. At some point, it will drop. It just, you've got to stay with it.
Yeah, and they really did drop quite a lot as well. But so we take a look at the scoreboard. I mean, every single one of your players, first of all, they all checked into the game. Second, they all contributed to that scoring. So games like this, do you think it's more important about the winning or kind of the development for the players?
Well, you know, I think the development goes all year round. They work hard for these moments, and I think that showed today that the stuff that we've done all year round has come into this moment. It's a final, you want to win, so sometimes the rotations get shorter, sometimes you go with people for longer than you might normally do, because for me, we're coming into this, we want to win, we're here now, you know, but I think it was a great mix that they've had such good preparation all year long, that it was a mix that everyone could get in, have their moment and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a great end to a really good season as well, so thanks for taking time to speak to me today, Coach. Really good job on the win, and go celebrate.
Thank you so much.
Head coach Lauren Milligan there alongside Isha Naya, and Lauren Milligan, the D2 Pool B Coach of the Year this season, has done an absolutely brilliant job with the programme alongside her assistants Richard Bell and Sade Orija. Really building something special there in Barking. So that will do it for us here at the Division 2 Women's Playoff Final. Barking Abbey with an 83-54 win over the East London Phoenix. To everyone that's joined us here on the Basketball England YouTube channel, a big thank you from myself, Kaz Bullock, and from Isha Naya. But stay around, because at 5 o'clock, in just around 50 minutes time, we have the men's D2 final between the Oakland Wolves and the Gloucester City Kings coming up. John Hobbs and Louis Weaver will be taking you through that game, so you don't want to miss a second of it. Stay tuned to the Basketball England YouTube channel, and then tomorrow we will have the Division 1 finals tipping off at 1 o'clock, the women's final between the London Cavaliers and Anglia Ruskin University, and then at 4 o'clock in the men's final it will be the Solent Kestrels and the Worcester Wolves. So based on that, Isha, you know, why is everyone not here in the National Basketball Performance Centre? It's sunny. But yeah, come on down, an absolutely fantastic first game, and up next it's the Division 2 men's final.